Today's game is brought to you in HD by EA Sports and Madden NFL 11. Happy to have you alongside to what should be a fantastic football showcase. Jacksonville will send this one away to get the game started. He's hit and dropped at the 25.
They got extra guys on the line here, probably to run block. If you can't make the tackle, force him to the outside and our linebackers.
Here's the halfback. And he's tackled at the 35. Good running for a gain of 10. Second down.
Guys, we have no chance if we let them run the ball like that on first down. If they run it again, I want you to stick them in the backfield.
Austin hands it off. Gains his way to the 46-yard line.
Okay, with the pressure we're sending, there's no need to rush it. Look for a hole to open up and then run right through it to the ball carrier.
He's wrestled down at the 49-yard line. 4 yards on the carry. That'll bring up second down. The halfback with the carry.
Nothing makes a defensive coordinator cringe more than seeing that kind of run, because then it sets up the play action, and there's almost no way to stop an offense if you can't stop the run and you have to deal with play action.
Second down now following the incomplete pass.
All right. We've got the middle covered, but if one of the receivers loses his man, he could burn us down the sideline.
He lets it go. He's tackled at the 27.
The Raiders are putting together a good-looking drive here. That's their third first down.
Austin hands off. And he's tackled at the 22. 5 yards. That brings up second down.
All right, guys, listen up. We got the receiver double covered here. When the quarterback takes that extra second to look for his secondary option, I want our guys to put him on the ground.
Has a man short to his left. Stopped short of the end zone, but it's a first down and goal for the Raiders.
All right, guys, it's been a long drive, but they haven't scored yet. Forget about the last couple of plays and focus on making a stop right.
Flips it out short to his left. Touchdown, silver and black. And he adds the point after. Oakland is up a score. And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. He'll return it from the 1. He makes it out to about the 21-yard line.
It's important that we establish the run on first down. If we grab a couple yards here, we'll be in great shape.
Give to the tailback. Gets about 4 on the play. Second down.
let's drop back and sell the pass. Then hand it to your halfback and let's see if he can find a hole.
Hands it off. He fights forward to about the 26.
Okay, let's go with a screen pass to our running back here. Avoid the rush so he can get free, then float him a perfect ball so he can take it in stride and make a play.
Surveys the field. The defense had their number during that last series as they go 3 and out.
Now that series just never seemed to get off the ground. Nothing they tried there seemed to work.
Branch back deep to return. They drop the runner at the 28-yard line.
The Raiders looked very strong that last offensive possession. They capped it off with a touchdown. Those are exactly the types of drives coaches love to see unless you're on the defensive side.
The defense forces an early mistake, and sometimes that'll trigger a huge momentum shift. Clearly, the coach believes his man was down before the ball came out.
This is a good challenge by this coaching staff because you're talking about a potential turnover. So even if you have the slightest bit of gray area in this situation, you go ahead and take the challenge in the hope that you get the ball back.
Breaking through up the gut.
All right, I don't want us getting fooled on this play. If the quarterback goes to hand it off, watch him close and make sure he isn't running play action. Keep your eye.
Searching for an open man. Johnson was there to bring him down. We have an injured Raider. Doesn't appear to be too serious, though.
Guys, we need to do a better job in coverage here. They may want to go to the air again and try for the big play, so don't bite on the play action.
Moves to his right. He's dropped down at the 47-yard line.
It's tough to pay too much attention to a running back in the passing game because at least half the time they're staying in the block. So when they do slip out, occasionally they can hit you for a big play. Well, that time the outside linebacker came on the run blitz. They got some penetration and shut down the play.
He passes the line of scrimmage. Oakland is able to fall on it. We've played a quarter. The score, 7-zip.
Guys, they don't have very far to go. If our line can push theirs backwards, we can stop this drive right here.
Gains his way to the 29-yard line.
Okay, we have some deep protection to go along with our man coverage, but remember, we have linebackers covering guys who are faster than them, so watch.
Dumps it out left. He's brought down at the 23. Pass complete for 7 yards. That'll make it 2nd down. Austin will hand it off.
The Raiders seem to be unstoppable on the ground so far. They're ripping off big chunks of yardage at a time.
run the ball, close the gaps, and don't leave any holes. One of our guys will track down that back.
Again with the carry. Johnson with the takedown again. That's his 5th tackle of the game.
All right. They only have a few yards to go now. They know they can run it, so look for them to pass here and go back to the run on 3rd.
Here's the give. They'll pile up for it. Oakland recovers it. The Raiders are the winners of the loose football.
Guys, if we can stop them here, this drive is still a win for our defense. Look for them to try to pass it to pick up what they need.
Opts for a short throw. Touchdown Raiders!
Oh, this offensive coordinator's getting a little sneaky out there. Everybody in the stadium's thinking pass. He drops a little run on him, and he sticks it in for the touchdown.
And he'll return it from way back at the 3.
The offense really needs to get something going on this series. Maybe even just a field goal on the board is enough to get them jump-started.
1, 2, 3 steps, then bang, lead the receiver.
Has a man to his right. Little flip. Wallace was the intended receiver on the play.
All right, you're going to run a screen to the halfback here. Drop back, be patient, and when the rush gets too heavy, float it to your running back so he can follow his blockers.
He's searching for a receiver. He's going to be tackled for a loss.
You out of the shotgun. Let your wideout get down the field and hit him as soon as he makes his break to the corner.
The pass is away. And it'll be 4th down following the pass deflection.
And those are the kind of big 3rd down plays you have to have on defense to get the ball back and give your team a chance on offense.
Fields it at the 26. That was a great hit. He wasn't getting away from that one.
A sack would be nice, but the key here is to hurry the quarterback and force him to make a bad throw.
And that's a catch. Just about 3 yards there.
Really nowhere for the wide receiver to go on that one. I'm not sure if the quarterback realized it was man coverage on that play.
Tons of pressure. He's hit as he throws.
Yeah, when you see the blitz, you have to understand your own protections, because if your protection is sliding away from the blitz, you have no choice but to get it out of there to the hot receiver.
Second down now following the incomplete pass.
Our line needs to create some penetration here. We can't let their quarterback stand around in the pocket and let someone get open.
Inside handoff. 4-yard gain. That brings up 3rd down.
All right, guys, listen up. We've accounted for anything down the middle of the field, but there still is room down the sidelines if one of their receivers breaks free.
Looking for a man. Right through his hands. He almost had the pick. And the pass will fall incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
I don't know if that's the guy I want to pick on third down when you have to have a conversion. He is tough. It's only a two-possession game, but still, they need to get their offense going before things start to get out of hand here.
Draw a play to your halfback. Find a hole. See what we can make happen.
Abraham with the give. He's wrestled down at the 35. A 5-yard gain. That'll bring up second down. He throws downfield.
The Jaguars got a big play that time, and they need a whole lot more of that after beginning this game with a very pedestrian passing attack. That was good.
Okay, let's drop back and sell the pass. Then hand it to your halfback, and let's see if he can find a hole.
Abraham hands it off straight ahead. Gets about 4 on the play. That brings up second down. Under heavy pressure.
This is one of those defensive coordinators who's known for his exotic blitz packages. He could blitz anytime, any down, any point in the game. If you're a quarterback, you usually don't sleep too well before you play against this guy.
You're out of the shotgun here, so let the receiver create space on this post and sing it to him, especially if the safeties can't get over to help.
Gets it away. And the pass was knocked away at the last minute.
Well, at the end of the game, you go back and you basically say what happened on third down, and you have a pretty good indication of how that game came out. Good play by the defense.
And they down it at the 8.
When you go for a punt to pin a team deep in their own territory, the last thing you want to have happen is to have it end up in the end zone for a touchback, because it just is a letdown for the punt team. Now you've got them backed up inside the 10-yard line. Nice play.
Lewis was his intended target.
A sack would be nice, but the key here is to hurry the quarterback and force him to make a bad throw.
Surveys the field. Cox was there for the stop.
And he went way up to snag that one. That was a pretty catch.
Short throw to the left. He's tackled at the 33-yard line.
Well, they have a few downs to play with now, so be careful. Now is a great time for them to try something deep.
He's going to throw it. He's brought down at the 40.
Pretty athletic play for a big guy. I tell you, as a quarterback, you see somebody make a play like that, you want to come back again and again.
Okay, we have some deep protection to go along with our man coverage, but remember, we have linebackers covering guys who are faster.
Goes through his progression. The ball is tipped away. Barr was the intended receiver.
All right, guys, listen up. We got the receiver double covered here. When the quarterback takes that extra second to look for his secondary option,
Looks left. Here's a short pass.
Quick screen out to the wide receiver. Get the ball in the hands of a great athlete. Not a bad job defensively containing that one.
He splits the uprights. He just showed off his incredible leg strength there. What a kick. Wow.
Can you believe he made that one? That's my expert analysis there. Wow.
And here is the drive summary brought to you by Verizon. He makes it to the 23-yard line.
Okay, it's all or nothing here. We need to let our wide receivers get deep. Roll out if you have to, then launch the ball as far as you can.
Buying time with his feet. Fires into a crowd. Interception. That'll be it for the first half of play. The score is 17-0. And takes off from his own goal line. He makes it out to the 20.
The Jaguars are in a dangerous territory right now. This one's gotten a little out of hand, but a touchdown on this series, maybe your defense gets a little momentum going.
It's a gain of 3.
And they really ran right into the blitz. That's a time that a veteran quarterback should have changed the play at the line of scrimmage. You could see the blitz coming. He didn't audible and only came away with a short gain.
Brings it in for a completion.
The Jaguars get a good gain there. You know, we haven't seen too much of that. This defense has done a great job keeping their aerial attack contained.
All right, we're going to run a halfback dive here. Hold on to the football. Follow your blocks. We'll be golden.
He'll get it again. Gets about 4 on the play. Second down.
Wideout's going to run a post here. If there's single coverage, throw it deep. Let him go up and get it.
Pass is short right side. He's still moving forward.
The Jaguars are having a tough time getting the ball down the field in the passing game against this defense. They're facing some good coverage, and they just haven't been able to break it open. Jaguars still look to be a little unsure on pass plays. One reason is the secondary is doing such a great job tying up these receivers and giving them so little room to work.
Oh, yeah, good job, brother, good job.
Okay, it's 4th down. We're trusting you guys to convert here. Look for an open man, and remember, an incomplete pass is a turnover.
Flips it out short. The defense makes something happen to force the game's first turnover.
We have our safeties deep, but if one of their receivers breaks free over the middle, we need to wrap him up before he takes it for a big gain.
Austin with the give.
You know, you can draw up any sort of protection scheme and blocking scheme that you want. But ultimately, this game comes down to one big man against another big man, and that time the defense's big men, they won the battle.
our safeties deep, but if one of their receivers breaks free over the middle, we need to wrap him up before he takes it for a big gain.
Austin gives it up the middle. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers made possible by Old Spice Body Wash. Smell like a man. On the ground left side. And he's tackled at the 9.
Well, they brought the blitz that time. The offensive line did a pretty good job recognizing it. They got the blocks, but the back was still able to get out of there for a nice gain. I know those runs aren't exactly the kind you see on the highlight shows, but you're keeping the drive alive, maintaining possession, and picking up first downs.
Okay, after that big conversion, they're probably going to try to run it on first down to pick up a few yards. Push them backwards and force them to go.
Avoids the tackle. The PAT is up and good. And he gets the ball at the 5. Gets it to the 21.
The Jaguars are looking to dig themselves out of this big hole that they've dug themselves into, and at the very least, you have to show the guys on the other bench you're not going to roll over.
All right, 5-step drop here and give your receiver time to get down the field. Then hit him as soon as he turns on his hitch route.
Good coverage downfield. He's tackled at the 47-yard line.
Okay, take a 5-step drop and whiz it in there to your wideout on this curl route. Should make for a good game.
Still looking for an open man. A pickup of 5. And that'll bring up second down.
Okay, hesitate on this halfback screen until the running back's clear. If it works, he'll have lead blockers and there'll be plenty of daylight.
Searching for an open man. He doesn't get back to the line. And they'll lose a yard on the play.
That play was really all about defensive pursuit. They saw the ball thrown, they got there quickly for a loss on the play.
Short pass to his left. The defender gets a hand on it, and that will bring up fourth down.
Just terrific play by the defense. They followed the quarterback's eyes, made a quick jump on the ball, and were all over that one.
Okay, it's fourth down. We're trusting you guys to convert here. Look for an open man, and remember, an incomplete pass is a turnover.
Dumps it out right. He's wrestled down at the 45.
Well, I certainly understand they felt like they needed to take a shot there. It just didn't work out. Give the defense a little credit for making the play.
Guys, we're bringing extra heat to stop the run in the backfield, but if they play fake, we can't let their quarterback get that throw off.
He's brought down at the 45.
All right, we have plenty of guys coming after the quarterback, but that means he'll have open receivers. Make things happen fast and don't let him snap off that.
Another run. He's dropped down at the 47-yard line. The Raiders have possession as we begin the fourth quarter and can put this game out of reach with the score on this drive. Looking for a man. And he's tackled at the 34-yard line.
Receivers who can make plays like that on third down tend to have nice, long careers.
Okay, after that big conversion, they're probably going to try to run it on first down to pick up a few yards. Push them backwards and force them to go.
He's wrestled down at the 30. 4 yards on that play. That brings up second down.
Okay, Wildcat here. Everyone stick to their assignments and attack the ball carrier, but don't let one of the receivers slip away if they throw it.
They tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, great defense at the point of attack, but also very impressive, the pursuit to the ball. They were all coming there.
He gets to about the 24-yard line.
Okay, they like to run it on first down. If we can stop them for a loss, the next third down conversion won't be as easy for them.
Gains his way to the 16-yard line. Here's a look at today's red zone numbers, made possible by Old Spice Body Wash, the greatest smell in the NFL. He's got it! Touchdown! And that'll be his third scoring strike of the game.
3 touchdowns on the day now. Not perfect today, but certainly an impressive passing performance.
With about 3 minutes of play remaining here in the fourth quarter, the score, the Raiders, 31. The Jaguars, nothing. Let's take a look at the drive summary presented by Verizon. He makes it to the 23-yard line.
Taking a 5-step drop here, so let your receiver create space on his post and sing it to him, especially if the safety can't get over to help.
Passes it downfield. That incompletion will bring up second down.
All right, let's mix it up and see if we can catch them off guard with the draw play. If they were guessing pass, we might be able to find a big hole.
Breaks through up the gut. I am a little surprised with that call.
No, at this point in the game, when you know that not only is the defense working against you, but so is the clock, a run call here probably is not a very good idea. And that's one of those that the wideout goes back to the huddle thinking, he stinks, this guy's terrible. Then as soon as he sees his quarterback, he says, don't worry about it, we'll get it next time.
Okay, it's fourth down. We're trusting you guys to convert here. Look for an open man, and remember, an incomplete pass is a turnover.
Surveys the field. He puts it on the ground. The referee is going to have to dig to the bottom of this pile to see who came away with it.
I'm not really sure who got to that ball first. I think it changed possessions a few times at the bottom of that pile, but the offense came away with it, and they earned it.
Goes through his progression. Throws it into coverage. Easily intercepted.
Okay, looks like they're stacking the line for the run. Try a swim move to get around their blocks.
They give it off here. A 7-yard play. Second down.
All right, here we go.
Inside handoff. He gets to about the 31-yard line.
All right, guys, listen up. After that big game, they probably think running against us is easy. If they hand it off again, put a lick on them and make them think again.
That was a run blitz on that play. They brought the middle linebacker, effectively filling all the gaps, and there was simply nowhere for the running back to go.
He gets another carry. They bring him down, and it's first down and goal.
If they try to go deep, we'll have it covered. No big gains here.
That's all from Oaktown. Highlights and stats are next. One player rose above the rest today. Here's the Doritos Crunch Time play of the game. Our final score is Oakland 31, Jacksonville 0.